The high volume is finally here. What's going on, guys? I've got our FL5 Civic Type-R pulled outside here, and we've got some super exciting news for you guys. The high volume intake is finally here, or at least a pre-production prototype is finally here. But before we get too deep into that, I want to give you guys a brief overview of all of the performance parts we currently have on our FL5 Civic Type-R, stuff that's going to be available for you guys in the near future. So obviously you can see here, we've got the titanium turbo inlet pipe on the car. It looks awesome, really cleans up the look of the car. In addition to that, we also have a P700 turbo on this car. We're still on the stock tune, but we're hoping to use it to gain a little bit more data as far as how it's interacting with the rest of our parts. We also have a set of charge pipes, not currently on the car, but the production on them is almost finished and they should be available soon. We've got a motor mount on the car. Obviously, we've got the huge intercooler with the big logo on the front. The car's got a front pipe on it, and we've got a strut bar, front and rear on the car, as well as the prototype wing risers on the back. So these are all parts that are going to be available pretty soon for you guys, so definitely keep an eye out for that. Now let's take a look at this airbox. I know you guys have been really excited about this project, and so have we, so we're really excited to bring it to you. Something that I wanted to point out right away is that this particular airbox in this car is a 3D printed pre-production prototype whose intent is only to get us the data that we need. The production version of it will not actually look like this. It'll be the standard high-density polyethylene rotomolded plastic that you've seen on the rest of our airboxes. So moving on to the actual design of the airbox itself, one of the big philosophies that we had was reducing any sort of restriction in the airbox and intake path where possible. So we know from a lot of third-party testers that are out here pushing this platform to its limits that the factory airbox really starts to become a restriction right around the 400 horsepower mark. And as you guys know from the FK8 with this K20C1 engine, 400 horsepower isn't really pushing it super hard. So we know a lot of you guys are going to be at that level. So in order to reduce the restriction, something that we did was sort of integrate the scoop into the design of the actual airbox itself and make it one piece. So as you can see from this factory airbox, the air is flowing down the scoop, around the bottom of the airbox, through the panel filter, and then through the MAF housing. And by integrating that scoop into the airbox and making it one piece, we were actually able to significantly shorten the path the air actually has to travel to get to the engine, as well as significantly increase the cross-sectional area that the air actually flows into the box, which significantly reduces the restriction. Now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, I really want you guys to hear how this intake sounds. So let's get the hood shut and see how it sounds. All right, guys, so as you can see, the intake definitely sounds the part. I mean, it really sounds awesome, but we're really hoping that it's gonna perform the part too. So stay tuned for that, because hopefully we should have this prototype on the dyno soon to really be getting you guys the data that you're super interested in. See what kind of gains we're making with just the intake. And beyond that, we are pretty close to production on not only the airbox, but a lot of the other parts that you see equipped on the car currently. So stay tuned for updates, guys, and hope you enjoyed the video.